All right, ladies, namaste. Come right in, make yourself comfortable. Today we're going to talk about the dreaded father wound. You need to know that I've been in a long-term relationship with a partner who, right from day one, when I saw there were father issues there, I said, we need to deal with these things first, and she did. Yeah. She did. It was an incredible, beautiful experience. And I learned how impactful these father issues are. And I knew that unless they were dealt with in the beginning, it was not going to be an easy ride for me. So I want to pass on and share some stuff with you. And I think that by the end of this video, you're going to find if you've been carrying, some of you ladies are carrying some deep daddy wounds, And let's see if we can't resolve that. Let's see if we can't move on to something really beautiful for you today. Okay, so, well, the phrase that we've often heard, like daddy issues, usually with a smirk or a joke or a judgment, But let's be honest. If you're a woman of beauty and depth, there's a good chance that phrase has been used on you at some point by someone who probably had no idea what he was talking about. So today we're going to talk about it, okay? And what that phrase really points to, not the name or the meme or the insult or the stereotype, but we're going to talk about the father wound and how it shapes a woman's relationship with men, with love, with herself. Yeah. And let's sprinkle in just a little bit of humor so that we don't all need therapy by the end of this here video. Okay. All right. So where do we begin? Let's begin with the young girl. Well, yes, young girl is like a lighthouse that's being built. And her father's the first keeper, right? The one who teaches her how bright she's allowed to shine and how safe she is in her own light, and how to trust the masculine, how to interpret storms, right? How to stand without collapsing. But when the keeper is present, steady, and emotionally available, the lighthouse, it grows with confidence. But when the keeper's absent, inconsistent, overwhelmed, or emotionally shut down, the lighthouse, it still gets built, just without guidance. And no one tells her, your light is good, you're safe, or you're worth protecting. Yeah, you need those things. So she grows up shining, but unsure of what her light means. All right, unsure of how men see her and unsure of how to trust the masculine. She's unsure how to trust herself. Well, this uncertainty is really the foundation of the father wound. And no, it's not your fault. Okay? So let's talk about how it forms. Well, the father wound doesn't require a villain. No. It doesn't require abuse, and it doesn't require catastrophe. Sometimes as simple as a father who is physically present but emotionally absent. Father loved her, but he didn't know how to express it. And then you got the father who is overwhelmed all the time, frustrated, stressed out by life. Father who is inconsistent, or a father who is affectionate one moment and distant the next. Psychologists say too much of that, you got an anxiety disorder on the way. Okay, and a father who didn't know how to see or embrace her inner world. Yeah, and sometimes daddy was just gone. Yeah. So not every wound comes from malice. Some come from silence. Think about that for a second. So yes, this is going to show up in her adult life. And this is where it gets real. And this is where a little humor helps, all right? Because the father wound doesn't show up with a name tag. It shows up in patterns. Patterns like choosing men who need rescuing, confusing intensity with intimacy. Big one, all right? Tolerating emotional immaturity, collapsing into male approval. Come on, over-explaining. We do these things. Yeah. Overgiving, mistrusting good men. Mistrusting good men. Yeah, trusting the chaotic ones. Feeling responsible for everybody's feelings. And thinking that she has to earn love. And yeah, sometimes it shows up as like, why am I attracting this man who's clearly a walking red flag? Well, don't worry. If that's you, you're not alone. Half the planet's been there, me included. I think they call it mommy issues, you know? Yeah, come on. All right, now, so let's bring it home. All right, these patterns aren't flaws. All right. They're adaptations. That's all. They're survival strategies. Don't blame yourself. They're the ways that we learn to navigate the world without a keeper. Believe me, many of us have had to go that route. It makes you a better person, I think. And then, so how's it going to, affect your relationship with yourself? This is very important. And this is the part that, like most people, they don't like to talk about. You see, because the father wound, it shapes a few things here. It shapes how she sees her own worth, how she interprets her beauty. It will affect how she handles praise. Yeah. It will affect how she handles disappointment and how she handles the big one, abandonment. How she handles her own brilliance. See, no one ever taught her that her light was good. She may grow up, if that's the case, thinking that her beauty is a burden. Her emotions, they're too much. And her needs are inconvenient. So she may become the woman who shines for everyone, but feels unseen by everyone. Yeah, my mom was there. Yeah, she sure was. So we need to heal this thing already. And why it matters? Two big reasons. First, healing the father wound's painful. Yeah, because it requires revisiting the places that you learned to avoid. Rather not go there. But it's also one of the most rewarding journeys a woman can take. You trust me when I say that. And second, well, sadly, no relationship with a suitable man will ever be successful until she does. Yeah. But not because she's broken, not because she's unworthy, but because the wound will keep choosing for her. And what will it choose? It'll choose the familiar over the healthy. It'll choose intensity over stability. It chooses chaos over connection, and it chooses men who echo the wound rather than men who heal it. So healing the father wound is how she stops repeating the past and starts choosing her future. All right. We're going to do this too. Oh, yeah. That's why you're in Avalon. Stick with us. So what's the path forward going to look like? Well, becoming your own keeper. You've got to. And it's good news. You see, the lighthouse can learn to keep itself. Yeah, it can. So this is how our healing is going to look. It looks like learning to trust her own intuition, setting boundaries without guilt. I had a lady who wrote the other day, she said, the boundary word came up. She said, I'm 48 years old. I don't know how to set boundaries. Real important. Choosing men who bring peace, not adrenaline, valuing emotional adulthood. Recognizing her beauty as a gift, not a currency. That's going to be tough for some ladies because they can buy, man. They can buy lots of things with their beauty. Yeah. And becoming the steady presence she never had. Got to find that one right in yourself. She becomes the keeper she needed, in effect. And when she does, all right, this is what's going to happen, ladies. Her relationships change. Her choices change. Her standards change. Hear me. We got to change those things. Her entire life changes. Yeah. Because she's no longer shining in confusion. She's shining in clarity. So we're going to close with this. Now hear me. Your father may have shaped your beginning, but he does not get to define your becoming. That's yours. Please write. Let me know if you're watching my videos and you're not commenting. Comment. I don't worry about the likes. And yeah, give me a like if you want to, and subscribe. Sure. I don't ask for those things. They just come naturally. But your comments, don't be shy. Send me your long, lengthy comments. I want to hear all your stories. I really do. I love them. So I know you're busy. I know I am. So let's let you get on with your day now. Hey, it was good to see you. I'm glad you came. Don't stay away too long, and until we meet again. Oh, Lord have mercy. Until we meet again, let us all remain calm, peaceful, and tranquil. Yes, tranquilly. Yes. And I say again, in peace.